Before we get into today's episode, I just want to talk about being a working mom for a moment. Before the pandemic hit, I was honestly struggling to juggle it all. Getting up, getting ready, getting Milo up, getting him ready, getting both of us out the door, rushing to daycare, leaving him in the uncertain care of a stranger, then sitting in the stresses of rush hour traffic, paying for parking in the garage of my downtown high-rise office, skipping lunch, and then leaving early just to be able to pick him up from daycare on time. Corporate finance didn't match me as a solo parent, and that's why I chose to build my own home bookkeeping business. You might not be in the exact same situation, but whatever your need for flexibility is, I created the Home Bookkeeper Masterclass just for that. Professional and lifestyle flexibility. My course is now, for a limited time, being offered for only $99. In this course, I share everything I've learned about building and scaling my very own remote home bookkeeping practice. Enroll now at edjconsultinggroup.com under resources.
We're back with another episode of Mommy Wines with your favorite wine mom, Emma Dawn. Tune in while she shares her motherhood experiences, introduces you to motivational and empowering special guests, and sips away your sins. In the Mommy Wines Confessional, mom life can sometimes get lonely and overwhelming, so she created this relatable, inclusive, and supportive space for us to be ourselves. Let loose, enjoy a glass of wine, and laugh. Get ready for today's episode. Here's Emma.
Hey wine moms, welcome back to another episode of the Mommy Wines podcast. I am your host, as always, Emma Dawn, and in today's episode, we have the real and the Trill wine wife. I am so excited to share this conversation that I had with Megan with you. We get into everything from motherhood to mom shaming to wine and what inspired her to get certified and so much more. This is an episode that you're not going to want to miss.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my God, we match.
I know, I see. That's perfect.
How are you today?
You're trying to hide my mom's stomach, trying to keep it right here.
Yeah, that's like my daily struggle.
What, hiding your mom pouch?
Yes.
Mine is one, so it's fine.
How are you? I'm so excited we're finally doing this.
I know. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I made my version of white sangria the other day on the wine club, and that's what I'm drinking here. It's like the rest of my sangria.
You made it on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Mine would have been gone by Friday. I would have drank the whole pitcher. Okay, it's Friday. Fuck it.
I know. I didn't drink any of it yesterday, but it tastes so much better now.
It does? Oh yeah. Probably
I had
fruits in there.
Yeah, I had I think 1 or 2 glasses of it on Friday, when I was on live, and then I didn't drink it all yesterday. Worked the entire day and binge watched TV. And then now
that's always a good fun.
Yeah, now I'm drinking it now, and I'm so good. I love it when it sits for a day.
Yes. Cheers to that.
Cheers. So I wrote up. I'm trying to get my show to be so much more put together. So I have an outline. I'm wow, so it started off, I had a co-host, and it was so easy with a co-host. We just sat down in person, talked, everything. And then COVID happened, and I took my show solo, and then COVID happened, and we were doing everything over the phone. So it was I couldn't see anybody. And I feel the connection was just off. And then, but through COVID, I got a lot more streams. Like a lot of people started listening in. And I'm like, that kind of surprised me because I'm like, I listen to podcasts when I'm in the car, but nobody's going to work right now. So I'm like, what are they doing? Sitting on their couch? But anyway, I was like super excited. I was like, yay, more people are tuning into the show. But like the connection, I don't know, it just felt like unorganized and weird. So I started doing it over Zoom, and now I started creating these little outlines. So I'm like, ooh, getting professional.
Look at you, planner.
I know, I'm trying. But I'm excited to talk to you about so many things. But why don't you share with the audience just who you are? And I found you on Instagram, so I follow your wine Instagram. But yeah, just share with the audience who you are and what you do.
I am Megan. I am known on my Instagram as Trill Wine Wife. Trill meaning real, genuine, authentic. Wine because I love wine, and wife because I don't want any men sliding in my DMs because my husband's crazy. But other than that, I am just right now I'm a stay-at-home mom. I am a nurse, and I'm also continuing my master's in healthcare administration. And I have 2 kids. One of Yes, a 12-year-old and a 3-year-old. So their ages are so far apart, but you know, sometimes they fight, sometimes they love each other. Sometimes the 12-year-old wants to help. Sometimes the 3-year-old is just, you know, shitty. So
I hear you.
The 12-year-old now goes to school, in-person school, and my son, he's at home with me because the daycare closed so many times. I just didn't want to put him back into daycare and have all those issues and everything because I really didn't have a choice, and I was at home, so I was like, hell, I'll just watch him. So he's been at home with me since March. We're besties, forced besties.
Milo's been home with me since March, so I get it. Yes,
it's a struggle. I mean, I'm the cook, I'm the electrician, I'm the doctor, I'm the nurse, I'm the teacher, I am the slacker. I am like, it's just so many different things. I'm just like, when you said that you planned, I was like, that is great, because every time I try to plan something, it doesn't work out. So, you know, we just kind of free willy over here.
I know, I'm trying.
Then, exactly. My husband, he coaches basketball, college basketball. And so he will coach during the day and then sleep the rest of the day and then drive trucks at night. So, but guess what? Fun fact. We just found out last week that he's going to be driving during the day. So you know what that means? Mom gets a little break. I get a little break. I'm so excited. So yes. Cheers to that. Okay.
Cheers. I used to work for a logistics company, and I always thought it would be fun to be like a truck driver, but like for a day.
Oh, girl.
Like just to do it for a day, because when I moved out west, I drove my SUV across the country. And then
oh my gosh,
I recently just moved back to Nevada from Utah, and I drove the U-Haul with the trailer to put my car, because my car's all-wheel drive. So you can't like tow it. You have to like put it on a trailer. And I drove the U-Haul with the trailer that had my SUV on it all by myself. And I'm like, I got here in one piece, and I'm like, I'm fucking capable. I am so capable.
Girl, you did the damn thing. Because me, I would have been sitting there like, who gonna do this? Because
I think I posted probably 6 things about it on my personal Instagram page. I was like so proud of myself.
Oh my gosh, I had to follow you.
But that is giant. And I was like, man, if I can do that, I was like, maybe I could like be a truck driver. But I was like, no, I'll just keep doing bookkeeping because, you know, that's fun.
It is safe. It is fun. It is fun.
It is safe. I can do it anywhere I bring my laptop.
Exactly. Way better. Way better.
I know. People ask me, they're like, so what does a bookkeeper do? And I'm like, you don't want to know. Like, I love it because I'm able to do it from home, and I am able to like stay with my son. And like the pandemic wasn't really that big of an adjustment. Like he was home all the time because, like you said, his daycare closed.
Yeah.
Or I thought they closed, but I guess they didn't. I don't know. Like this, it was so confusing because things were constantly changing. Like they were like, oh, well, the preschool side is closed, but like the daycare is open. They're just not teaching the kids. And I'm like, well, if they're there, why don't you just teach them? And then it was like, and then the whole thing happened where they were like, oh, it's only essential workers. So unless you have a slip from your work showing that you're essential, then you need to keep your kid at home. And I was like, wait, is that true? And I don't know. It was so confusing because I feel like nobody knew what the hell was going on. But
right.
Yeah. I was like, screw it. I'll go remote. I'll have my kid home with me. And that's what we're going to do. And we've been doing that for a year too. Same as you.
See, look at you. You're doing a fantastic job.
Oh God,
You're doing good.
Zeppelin, go away. Go. Go lay down. Go on. I have a golden doodle, and she just drank a bunch of water, and she has like curly, mustachy kind of hair on her face because she needs to be shaved. She just drank a bunch of water and then came over here and plopped her damn head right on my lap, and I'm wearing shorts.
I thought you were like, what the fuck is that?
Oh my God. I kind of wish that I posted the videos of these podcasts because they probably hear this noise and they're like, what the hell's going on over there?
I would have totally freaked out.
It shocked me. My bad. So, Simple Tales, Kayla?
Yes. Such
okay.
a sweet girl. I love her.
Me too. We went live and on Friday, and she was saying about how her husband brought home the blue wine. And she was saying that your husband did the same thing or something like that. Cause I was like, yeah. Wait, your husband brought you home wine? And she's like, yeah. And sometimes he brings chicken nuggets. And I was like, I need to get me one of those. I need to stop being single. But okay, you have to tell, I've been seeing the blue wine. And I know that's like the last question on the sheet I sent over, but I'm like, I got to ask it first. Tell me about it because I looked for it in my tiny little Western rural town and I couldn't find it. So I probably have to order it online. But I was like, is it good? Where's it from? Tell me some of the things because I've seen nothing. I think it was like all February. I saw like blue wine everywhere.
So that was definitely good marketing. Because
I know everyone.
Right. So it is on the label it says a Verdejo / Chardonnay. So usually when you think of that, you think of like citrus notes, you think of high acidity, you think of and when I say high acidity, I mean like when you swallow it, is your mouth watering? Yeah. After you swallow it. Or so I thought of more of like when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is about to be some blueberry, raspberry Kool-Aid, or this is about to be like one of those blue slushies or something you see because it's so blue and
that's the color.
It fucks with your mind. It fucks with your mind. So
it looks like a blue slushie.
Right. So it's a Black-owned winemaker. And then I just wanted to get like some additional information for you because I was just like, I'm gonna tell you what I thought about it once I explain to you about this.
Because I gotta know if I need to order it or not.
So it's like it's from Spain, okay, and it says Spain and Italy, but it's like an organic Verdejo, okay, but it's supposedly it is the extraction process from Nebbiolo. And so from the Nebbiolo, it's like organically balanced and the pH changes it to a natural blue extract, changing it to blue.
Crazy.
So it goes through a lot of processes. It doesn't have like any dyes or sugars or anything in it, because as soon as you look at it, you're like, oh, this is going to be like some sweet fun or, it might be something. No, it's definitely pear, stone fruit, like pineapple, not sweet at all. not sweet at all. It's definitely closer to me. It was closer to a Chardonnay for me. So it's very dry, very heavy acidity. It was light on the tongue. It was a little bit of the alcohol. I did feel it, but it wasn't like overpowering. I mean, it's smooth, but I'm not a big Chardonnay person. I do like a good Verdejo. I do like a good white wine, a nice little crisp. Yes. But if I've been trying to expand my palate more, so like with Chardonnay, I don't like the buttery ones. But I
see, those are the best.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. It's like eating a stick of butter and letting it pour in my mouth and like coat my mouth. Ew. Ew.
Those are so good.
So I try to look for like unoaked ones. But yeah, it definitely tastes like that. It's 11.5 alcohol content. I would say you should try it just because you're trying it and it's blue and it blows your mind, and you should definitely do that. But for me, I would not drink it again because I'm not a big Chardonnay fan.
See, so I was just shocked because everyone was saying like oh, it's naturally blue, and I'm like,
I know, and it's like, how is it natural and blue?
That is the Kool-Aid man, 100%. Is Kool-Aid blue.
It's magic.
But yeah, I saw like all the wine people and all the wine influencers all drinking it, and I was like, oh my God, I got to know about this.
Yes. So I posted about it, gave you good notes, I gave you good facts and everything like that. But for me, I'm not a big Chardonnay fan. So I am learning to, expand my palate more and everything. My husband said that he thought it was going to be like a blueberry, raspberry Kool-Aid. Of course, he doesn't know anything about wine. So he's like, oh, well, okay, let me smell it and taste it. He was like, yeah, it smells and tastes like wine. Okay, no.
I bet he would have. Yes. I bet he would have drank it if it was blue raspberry flavored. Because what even is that? What is
right? Because that's the kind of stuff he likes.
That's not even a real flavor. I don't even think that's raspberries aren't even blue. I don't even get it. But that is the best flavor of anything.
It is. It's the best flavor every time. It is
Popsicles,
always blue, raspberry. It is like, how is raspberry blue? But okay, I'm gonna take it because it tastes good, and this little Kool-Aid packet is doing something for me. So
it is. My son is in this whole phase where he is just like eating popsicles, probably 2 or 3 a day, and I'm like, Jesus, kid, come on. At least he's staying hydrated. But he goes to these phases where he'll eat like he started out with the cereal bars. He had like 2 or 3 of those a day. And then he went on to the pouches, the little food pouches. Oh my God, the kid, he like binges himself on things. And then he's like, okay, I'm done. And then never eats it again. So I'm like, summer is not even here yet. It's snowed yesterday. Like, and he's already binging on popsicles. But he ate like 2 blue popsicles the other day in a row. And his whole face, all the way like up to the bottom of his nose, his whole face was blue. And then he had like these little droplets going down because like he never wears clothes. So
oh yeah.
So he had like blue droplets going down on his chest. And I'm like, you got to get in the bathtub, dude. You are a blue raspberry. But I'm not going to hate on it because I would honestly I would drink blue raspberry wine just because it would be delicious. The hangover the next day, I'm sure, would be horrendous.
Oh my gosh, it would be some shit. Like, it would be terrible. Like,
horrendous.
Girl, the older I get, the worse that it get. Like, if I drink something like super sugary or something, like the next day is awful. It's definitely because I'm old. Because when I was 20, I was like, oh, let me get that MD 2020. Let me get that liquid cocaine. Let me get this. Whatever looks good. Now I try to do some shit like that. I really don't want to live the next day. That's what I've come to the conclusion. I can't be doing that shit no more.
I remember I worked at this for a very short time. I worked at this filling station, Circle K, when I was in college. And we would get these big, like, polar cups. And then we would get the little square, I don't even know what it is, liquor flavored beer. I don't know, but it was MD. And then they had flavors like blue, purple, red. I think that's what it said, like blue, purple, red. I don't know. Or maybe it said a flavor. But then we would go, because ours had a little wine corner, and we would get the strawberry wine Boone's Farm. And we
Boone's Farm.
We would mix the Boone's Farm with this MD blue, whatever. And we would like fill our cup up with ice and then leave. Yep. Like that's what I would do when I got off work. And then we would leave. And we would like walk around downtown by our campus and get like pizza by the slice and just be crazy. And I look at that now and I am like, I can't even look at it without feeling hungover. Like, I'm like, the whole thing, it would be like 4 of us girls. And the whole thing was like probably $5 for both bottles.
That's so true. That's the things that we did in college. Like we used to get like a 2-liter Mountain Dew. Okay. And then you'd pour out the Mountain Dew until it gets to like the top of the label, fill it with gin the rest of the way into a Kool-Aid packet. And it was one of the worst ideas I've ever come up with, but the best, because you would never taste the gin. Cause gin tastes like, it smells like grass to me. And
it smells like rubbing alcohol.
Yes. And I could not taste it. And so all of my friends and all of us would be like so drunk off that. Or we would like, and if we couldn't get like liquor or something, girl, we would go to the grocery store and get like 2 40-ounce Colt 45s and like tape them to our hands and drink them. And we couldn't use our hands until we finished it. Or, when we took shots of 151. I mean,
like a frat boy.
Yeah, I know. I was terrible. Never again. Never again.
We need to take a short break to talk about my favorite wine company that gives back, and that's One Hope. I'm proud to say and celebrate that One Hope Wine has reached over $6 million in donations. That's crazy. One Hope's award-winning wines are made by some of the most acclaimed winemakers in the industry, blending traditional winemaking methods with modern techniques. Each exquisite bottle becomes a catalyst for change. One Hope's commitment to high-quality wine is as important as their commitment to the causes they support. Through the sale of every bottle, One Hope has donated over $6 million to impactful causes around the world. They have built a school in Guatemala, funded over 19,000 days of clinical trials for breast cancer research, planted a forest in Indonesia, provided over 3 million meals for children in need, and found over 80,000 pets forever homes. If you're going to sip, then sip with purpose. They even just released the new tasting flights, mini bottles for you to have your own wine tasting right at home. Shop, ship, sip, One Hope at onehopewines.com/myshop/mommywines. Link is in the show notes below. Hey, wine moms. I'm going to stop this part of the episode here. We had such a good, long conversation, and I loved every single bit of it that I don't want to cut anything out. So I am going to upload this as a bonus, and then you can find the rest of my conversation with Meg, Trill Wine Wife, in tomorrow's episode. So stay tuned, subscribe, and definitely make sure to turn your post notifications on if you're following on YouTube. Okay, wine moms, let's get serious, but just for a moment. For years, I have been dreaming up and working on putting together a nonprofit program to aid the youth aging out of the foster care system. Recently, I submitted this idea to the heads of the Department of Child and Family Services here in my state, and thankfully, my program was approved. They saw an overwhelming need, and the Sterling Lives program is now moving forward. But to make this a reality, we will need more than the little bit of government funding allocated for these youth. Most of these youth aging out will face homelessness, addiction, incarceration, or worse. At best, Many continue the cycle of negativity by entering into criminal organizations and gangs, or abusive relationships that result in unwanted pregnancies, poverty, unsafe work trades, leading to even more children entering the foster care system and families living off government welfare. To break these chains and end the cycle, the Sterling Lives program is dedicated to helping aged-out youth transition into healthy, productive adults, granting youth eco-friendly and affordable housing, safe work opportunities with flexible schedules to prioritize mental health, education, and job training, all while boosting America's rural economy with sustainable, environmentally focused tourism. Ways you can help are by snagging up some MWP merch, drinking One Hope wine, and donating directly at the Sterling Lives GoFundMe. All links are in the show notes below.